At the World Government Summit in Dubai, sustainability, conversations around sustainability also is an important aspect to discuss how world leaders, countries are looking at sustainability and what's the future for environment and climate change talks. I'm being joined by Dr. Avinash Manjula-Basavanna. He's a senior scientist at the Northeastern University, has also was awarded one of the 35 innovators in 2020, if I'm not wrong, and that's a huge feat, so to say, given the space that he's working in. Avinash, thank you so much for joining us. Let's begin with sustainability itself. A tough topic to discuss for people to understand really where the world is headed and how important this conversation really is.
Yes, certainly, and pleasure to be part of this conversation and also part of this summit, which is unprecedented. And I was specifically invited to be part of this session on addressing how science can save Earth, and like you asked. So at this point of time, sustainability is an important aspect. The reason why I say that is because we humans have been making materials, making things in a way to such an extent that we are outweighing all the living biomass on this planet. Just to say that, like, plastics outweigh all the weight of all the living biomass by twice.
How?
So
tell me numbers.
So plastics so far which has been produced is about 10 billion tons. The entire weight of all the animals is estimated to be about 4 or 5 billion tons. So which is clearly 2 times that of all the animals put together. And if you put the weight of all the trees, shrubs, which is about 900 gigatons, and if you take the weight of all the buildings, infrastructure that we have made, is about 1 teraton. So clearly, human-made synthetic materials outweigh all living biomass on this planet. And many of these are recyclable, regeneratable. So basically, they are non-sustainable. And that's how the problems that we have at this point of time, climate change, global warming, or even the irreversible damages that is happening to our ecosystem, is because of the way humans are making materials in this typically what we call make, use, dispose, which is leading to a linear material economy, and that's where the problem arises.
Don't want to sound apocalyptic, but with the kind of numbers you're giving, is sustainability certainly failed when it comes to world leaders, governments, and their approach towards sustainability? And is Earth moving towards a non-sustainable system in years to come?
I don't know whether I should just blame the leaders. I think all of us are part of this, because if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem, right? So,
but are governments part of the solution?
I guess people are waking up, and the government is, or ultimately the people whom we elect, right? So if we have that intention to save the Earth, so many times when I keep asked, can science save the Earth? Or the main question that I want to ask is, are we humans are really serious about saving the Earth? If so, then what are we planning to do? That's where the question lies. It's not just about the government bodies, it's also about we humans as such, what we want to do. Yeah.
Right. The other important aspect, we're talking about governments, we're talking about companies, you spoke about infrastructure, but the other aspect that I see is a lot of companies, a lot of governments, a lot of people, Avinash, talk about sustainability and all of that and more, and that we are green, we're eco-friendly, the tags that they use these days, or biodegradable. Is that a part of greenwashing? Explain to our viewers what this greenwashing really is and how companies really fail to achieve the targets genuinely.
Sure. I mean, see, the thing is that with the growing awareness about the sustainability, the consumers are asking for such things, and as a result, many companies are going to the shortcut way of trying to brand themselves as they are sustainable, or that's what you said, greenwashing is something which people are doing and then many companies are doing. It's part of a marketing which is going on. But yeah, at the ground reality is many of the things are not sustainable and they are not degradable. If you were to just talk about plastics as such, many of the things are not biodegradable, and even the so-called biodegradable materials don't degrade. So because they are often mixed with non-biodegradable plastics to get the optimal performance that they want. So yeah, many cases it's not it's not what they say it is to be.
What are the leading solutions that you have looked at, being over here, looking at all the companies that have come? What are the leading solutions, and can there be a solution without real government leadership participation? Because people will follow rules unless and until those rules apply. And I'll give you an example. Over here at the summit, I see sustainability is a core theme, and you'll see glass bottles and all everywhere. But if you go to the hotels or elsewhere, just outside of the venue, plastic bottles are everywhere. And there is no concept of filtered water as an option in many countries, which includes here as well, includes this country as well. Why so? So there is a lack in accountability, responsibility. It's not immediate, they're not seeing it, but it is disaster in the making.
Sure, I mean, I agree. Many times, many parts of the world are getting into this, because the problem also comes from the fact that like plastics is so ubiquitous in nature, in the sense that it's so cheap, and it is, because it is like durable, it is non-degradable as such. It lasts for a long time, and you can keep reusing them, and you don't have to worry about not like some delicate entity that you want to use. So yeah, that has been the way things are happening in the past, but many cases where people are looking for like the way sustainable alternatives, and in my case what I've been trying to work is like see, we cannot replace the plastics altogether. Because of its properties, it will be useful in many contexts, but what I am trying to look at is where are the low-hanging fruits where we can replace. One aspect is, if you look at the entire plastic market, which is about 400 million tons, which is produced on an annual basis, 35% of it goes into packaging. So the packaging, even though you talk about 35%, the maximum lifespan of a packaging material is not more than 1 or 2 years. So if you are used to doing online shopping, you would have ordered something from online store, you get that material or whatever the product that you ordered within a couple of days or a week's time. So the packaging material, the first layer of the packaging, which is called primary packaging, so it is made or put together only to prevent the wear and tear of your product, and not necessarily to prevent anything else.
Yes.
So this particular primary packaging material starts at the online shopping center and to the consumer, in the warehouse to the consumer. So the duration is a couple of days or a week.
Yeah.
And from the moment you get it, the consumer will tear apart that and will put it into dustbin.
Yes.
And that is not something which is needed to have that non-biodegradable nature, which can last for hundreds of years. So what I've been trying to think of doing is, what if I can make a material which is plastic-like, at the same time it has a paper-like, disposable, degradable, flushable characteristic to it. So if I can, just like we flush out toilet paper, can I flush it out this packaging material, the new kind of material that I have tried to develop, is called paper-like plastic, and you can just flush it out and it degrades completely in water. It also completely degrades in soil under different settings, and these are the kind of things which I've been trying to develop, which is what we call aquaplastic and paper-like plastic and so forth.
Okay, finally, role of such forums, governments in ensuring sustainability is the key word when any company is looking to produce and to deliver. What should the role of governments and leaders be?
So this is specifically an unprecedented summit of its sort, because typically what we do as a researcher is we have our own gathering which is happening in a secluded place, and governments do their policies in their secluded space. This is one such event. What many of this, Roger Kornberg and others, have tried to do is bring this, both the leadership from the scientific community and the governments together, so that we can have this dialogue where we can tell the governments what are the things that is necessary and what should be done. At the same time, government can listen to some of this, like, what they can do or what they cannot do. So this could be a constructive way of like addressing the problem rather than blaming each other. So I would think that this could be a good start, and hopefully in the coming years we should have much more sustainable and viable solutions to many of our problems.
In terms of failures, what are the failures that you see in various countries? My final question.
Failures
on sustainability, like where are they lagging, where are they lacking?
First and foremost is the awareness. And then the second thing is see, I tend to also talk about, even in the panel yesterday, was we have been talking so much about AI globally, right? To whatever extent AI is going to be beneficial or not is still a question mark. So what I'm trying to tell, even in this era of AI, I would want all of us to embrace nature's intelligence. Nature's intelligence is something that's time-tested, and it has, like, evolved and optimized over millions of years, and it is a recipe which is working fine. So why not embrace that nature's design, nature's manufacturing capabilities, and replicate that and try to implement in our way of making materials or living in harmony with the nature. So that's what I would try to tell is, like, it should not be a question of humans versus nature. It should be humans with nature. That would be the kind of take-home message which I would like to give to all those who are listening to us.
Well, that's a very strong message coming in from Dr. Avinash Manjula-Basavanna, that it's humans with nature rather than versus. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.